back to That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we just got back from seeing Stephen King's The Boogeyman, and we're excited to tell you guys what we thought.
We're going to tell you all about this boogie woogie adventure.
Yeah, we're excited to let you know.
It's kind of like a massage without a happy ending.
Yeah, it was kind of...
I enjoyed parts of it, but at the end you're like, what's the point, really? What's the point?
That horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe. Adaptation of Stephen King's The Boogeyman. Directed by Rob Savage. Starring Sophie Thatcher, Chris Messina, and Vivian Lyra Blair. To kick off our likes of the film, I have to say, off the bat, I was so excited to see little Princess Leia as Sawyer in the movie. She was so cute. This actress is so adorable.
Such a cutie.
Yes, I loved her as the little sister. She was so cute.
Sawyer was her name in the movie.
Yeah, Sawyer.
She was very likable.
Yes, it pulls you right in.
To be honest with you, I thought the main cast was very likable.
Yeah, the two little girls.
I liked the family. I liked and Dr. Harper, I believe.
Yeah,
his name
Dr.
was.
Harper. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the two daughters, Sawyer and Sadie, and they were very likable. So
The characters were likable.
I definitely dug the family.
Yeah,
I like that right off the bat. And this movie wastes no time getting to the it has a killer intro. I will say that.
Yeah, the intro is pretty brutal. This will be a spoiler review, so spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie,
can you put the graphic up?
Yes, I will.
With your fine editing skills.
Yes, if you guys haven't seen the movie, make sure you watch the movie, then come back and watch this review because this will be a spoiler review. So the main cast, our father and our two daughters are very, very likable, and the movie kicks off with a bang. It has a killer opening sequence of a baby, like a toddler, in like a crib.
Yeah,
and we hear
by
these,
like a shadow.
we hear these weird noises.
The weird camera angles and weird like sounds and weird like.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, so like this movie is very creepy and it is pretty effective as far as like the sounds go. That's another like for me.
Yeah.
The sound effects, the sounds.
The cinematography was pretty well done.
So. It was creepy in parts, and I did like that, and I did like the cast. So this movie follows Dr. Harper and his two daughters, Sadie and Sawyer, and it's the aftermath of
their mother's death.
Yeah, their mother died in a car accident, I believe, and they're trying to cope with it. So it shows, the older sister,
grieving, going through a lot.
She's walking around in school, everybody's staring at her. She's like, "What you guys looking at?"
Yeah.
I'm wearing my mom's dress, fool.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my mom's dress, fool.
Yeah.
So she's just dealing with it. And it seems like, since her mother's death, the younger sister, Sawyer, she sees this shadow figure crawling around.
Yeah.
Which, it's a lot of suspense in this movie. That's another like.
There's a lot of build-up,
There's a lot of build-up, a lot of suspense. At one point, she even draws the figure that she sees, and the figure's like...
Yeah.
It's like straight out of it reminded me like a Resident Evil video game.
Yeah, it kind of did look like that creature from the Resident Evil, like the newest Resident Evil movie they came out with. It looked like that creature at the end. That's what the creature looked like. Yeah. I'll put a picture up. So
Dr. Harper, he's basically like working out of his house. He has patients come in and like his office is his home. Yeah. Which is totally weird. Because like what if you have like a total like crazy patient and like they're like in your house, dude? Yeah, it's like Dr. Harmon and Tate from American Horror Story Murder House.
Do you think about sex a lot? I think about one girl in particular. Your daughter.
Yeah, dude, but it's like right next to your living room and kitchen.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Anyway, yeah, so that was a little scary. Anyway, so he gets a visit from Lester Billings. And Lester Billings has a crazy-ass backstory about what happened to him and his family and his life. And this guy just walks in literally off the street.
It was really creepy,
because he heard about what happened to his wife. And he's trying to... So we find out a little bit of backstory. Like, this shadow figure has been around, haunting other families.
Yeah, and it basically preys upon the families that are grieving, or they're in pain, or they're sad. The kids feel like they're not being emotionally supported by the parents. So that's where this thing comes in and likes to feed on victims that are grieving or sad.
Exactly, and it actually and it turns out like Mr. Billings actually wound up hanging himself in his house.
In Dr. Harper's house, yeah.
That's a rough day at the office.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Don't leave your patient hanging.
Yeah. The little daughter, Sawyer, starts seeing the shadow figure once Lister, after he hangs himself in the house, and she's trying to tell her older sister, like, listen, I'm seeing this thing. She doesn't want to believe her at first, and then the stuff starts happening to the older sister, and that's when she's like, okay, now I believe you. And it's just a bunch of chaos, like, that ensues with this, like, boogeyman creature.
I started enjoying the investigation that the older sister was doing, because she started Googling this Billings guy, Lester Billings, and she Googled him. She found his Facebook picture, and she sees like his cover photo is a picture of him with his family, and everybody's smiling. She's like, she's like, gentlemen with a nice cover photo like that, he can't be crazy.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else stirring the Kool-Aid here.
Yeah. So she goes to visit the house that all of his children's murders happened
Mr.
in.
Billings.
Yeah.
Mrs. Billings.
Yeah, Mrs. Billings is there waiting, and she's like, listen, it's like this crazy redneck with a shotgun. She's like, you don't understand, that thing's still in here. And it was like really creepy. It's like this really dilapidated like house, and she's got like food and dishes everywhere. It's disgusting.
It's like the house we rented in Georgia.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that.
Kind of like that. We live in a better place now.
Yeah.
We had it rough. In our day, we lived like Mrs. Billings.
Yeah.
I do like the dilapidated house. That was kind of creepy.
That was very, very
There was
scary.
candles everywhere, like on the floor, because, if there's any darkness,
that thing comes
the
out.
thing comes out, which would explain in an earlier scene why the younger sister slept with like this glow ball.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And she's like, I'm gonna keep this fucker away with my glow ball,
I
bitch.
know, little Princess
I
Leia.
got a glow ball, cause
it's awesome.
this monster doesn't have balls. If I have a glow ball, yeah.
Sawyer gets attacked by the boogeyman creature and ends up in the hospital.
Well, she gets thrown across the room with a TV at one point.
It's so crazy. I'm like, use the force, Princess Leia. Don't let this thing beat you.
She made out with her brother.
Oh, yeah, she kind of did. That was gross. And Mrs. Billings actually gets in contact with Sadie, and she lures her to the house to try to take the monster out, and she thinks she's taking the monster out, and then the monster ends up killing Mrs. Billings, and it's like really crazy scene. It's like a lot of jump scares.
Didn't Mrs. Billings shoot the monster though?
Yeah, she shot the monster. They thought the monster was dead, and the monster hopped right back up and, tore her apart. So, pretty crazy stuff.
And then it goes after the dad at one point.
Yeah, and then we end up back at the house.
It goes after Dr. Harper.
This is our ending sequence. We go back to the family's house. The monster's got the father, and so Sawyer and Sadie have to venture into the basement with just, Christmas lights wrapped around Sadie, trying to protect them from this thing. And it's so crazy. That,
like Stranger Things Christmas
lights?
lights?
Like Stranger Things Christmas lights.
But not as cool.
Not as cool. As far as dislikes of the film, I have to say this one was kind of a stinker for me a little bit.
A stinker?
Yeah, I didn't really like it that much.
Hey, do you remember the Brady Bunch when Mrs. Brady didn't like when the kids called each other a stinker?
No, I never really watched the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, she's like, Bobby's being a stinker.
No.
And she's like, Marcia, I don't like that word. As if she said shit or fuck or something.
Yeah, well.
Or dick.
Yeah.
Or penis.
Oh my god.
Stinker.
But yeah, I didn't really enjoy this movie that much. I thought it was just okay. I liked the three main characters. I just think the story fell kind of flat for me. The monster was too CGI'd.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was too CGI.
Yeah, well, the dislikes for me was, like, the monster looked like a Resident Evil creature, which I thought was cool. But then, like, later on, when I saw it up close, it only looked good half the time.
Yeah.
And then it was very CGI'd and weird and corny looking.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it's like a bad video game
It was like
almost.
a bad CGI'd, like, demon pumpkin head looking thing. It didn't even look... It didn't look good. Not to me, at least.
Well, overall, my dislikes of the film was this is a very heavy film. It's a very heavy film. It deals with death in the family. It's very, dark and slow paced and like just it has you on edge a little bit, but it's not like a fun horror movie.
No,
this is not a fun one.
No, it's a darker one.
This is a very dark, heavy movie.
Yeah.
It's a lot of baggage. It's a lot of it could deal with like emotional things, like psychological things. It deals with like issues that aren't really fun.
Yeah.
And you feel it. You feel it in
It's very heavy.
You feel it in your taint.
And it's also these kind of movies that you're missing the magic of this one, like the Conjuring films, the Insidious films have. Like this one just fell really flat in the supernatural department for me. It wasn't really scary, and the CGI was just really bad, so I wasn't really a fan.
It also pissed me off when Dr. Harper was like doubting his girls.
I know, he was just like not even listening to them.
He's so like into the doctorness of it.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I think it's the marijuana.
Yeah.
He actually said that. He goes, were you high?
Yeah.
Yeah. She must be smoking some good shit.
I know. It was like some old joint she was smoking, though. No. And there was also a scene, I have to say this.
Yeah, Dad, I was tripping balls.
Right.
That's exactly what happened.
There was the scene, too, where these bitchy girls from school lock our teenage protagonist in a closet. By the way, this happened to me in middle school, by the way. Young girls suck, and most of them are bitchy assholes. So I felt for this girl. Like, I really felt for her. She got locked in the closet in the dark. She was terrified. Hated all those characters. That was another dislike.
Well, you should get back at them and make them watch this movie nowadays.
Yeah, right?
Just be like, yo, guys, check this out.
Right?
Yeah, make them sit through this one. Payback time. How about the fact, too, that bothered me, that there was no explanation for anything about the creature.
Yeah.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least with Evil Dead, like, you know, we're like, oh, there's an evil book, therefore it goes back, like, you know, generation. Mm-hmm. There's no explanation why this creature's here, unless I missed something. I don't think there's any...
No,
there's
not really.
any explanation for this shadow creature whatsoever. We don't know what the story is still.
No.
And it's like unresolved. It falls flat for me because this whole thing wasn't explained at all.
True.
The payoff wasn't there. I mean, it's just like there's some, and they just relied on a bunch of jump scares.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It has like a billion jump scares.
Yeah.
And it's creepy and the music's eerie, but that's
about it.
That's about it. The story's kind of like
falls flat. Yeah.
My mom died. That's sad. Oh, I'm seeing a shadow. Oh, that's about it.
Yeah, so it's not that good.
My final thoughts of the film. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts of the film is wait for it to become free on a streaming service at home on your Fire Stick. Don't waste your money going to see it in theaters. I'm gonna have to give it. I'll be nice and give it like a 6.
Oh.
Like I didn't really enjoy it that much. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10.
I'll get a 5.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I'm not dissing the people involved. I thought, like I said, I thought the cast was good. I thought all the actors were good, but I just, as a story, it was a downer, and I just felt like it fell flat for me.
It did, yeah. So,
like I said in the intro, this is like a massage, not a happy ending.
Yeah, not very good.
It's like it's like non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
This is like when you're younger and you think you're buying marijuana, and your friends and you just wind up buying a bag of oregano.
Oh God.
That's happened to everybody at least a couple times, am I right?
So make sure you guys are hitting that bell to be notified about all of our new horror movie trailer reactions, horror movie reviews. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And make sure you don't go to theaters to see the Boogeyman and watch it on your Fire Stick at home.
I still liked it better than that piece of shit that came out in like 2006.
Oh, the one with the guy from Seventh Heaven? Yeah, that scared me when I was a teenager.
No, but it's still better than that. Right?
It's better than that, yeah.
It just kind of reminds me of a Hulu film or like a Tubi film.
Wait till it comes to streaming, guys. You're going to want to wait on this one. Just wait. Watch it for free. Don't waste your money.
It's just all right.
Yeah. See you soon.
Peace.
That horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.